Well, hello, my berries. It's me, Darkberry32.
Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? No one can save us from keeping clear. I don't wanna lose you, I don't wanna lose you now.
Hello, my berries. It's me, Darkberry32, and I'm coming to you today with a enchilada soup recipe here in my kitchen. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I think it's great for today. It's, as you can see, I'm very cozy right now. I have on my really furry pajamas that I got for Christmas, and they come in handy today because it's so chilly and cold out. So I decided I'm going to make some chicken tortilla soup today. If this is your first time coming over to my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to the Darkberry crew. We're happy to have you over here. I just want to let you guys know before I dive right into this that some of the things that I like to do over here at this channel, I like to do decor, I like to shop. Who doesn't? But I particularly like to shop for bargains and go thrifting. I love to thrift. Every now and then I love to do outfit of the days. That was pre-pandemic. Now we're in pajamas and workout clothes. And then I also like to do clean with me videos, and I also vlog. So if that's something that you would like to see, stay tuned to this channel. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification button so that it notifies you every time that I put up a video. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, on my berries, today I am going to be preparing chicken tortilla soup. This is kind of like my little take on chicken tortilla soup. And right here I have for you all the ingredients that I think you're going to need. You don't necessarily have to use all this. You can substitute with other things, but this is what I'm going to use today. So we're going to start off with a 3-pepper onion blend. This type of pepper blend that I'm just using frozen from the frozen food section is usually like good for like fajitas, that type of smell. So I'm going to use these. You can also just use fresh onion if you want to. You don't have to actually use the peppers at all, but I'm going to use peppers. I'm going to use garlic. I'm going to use a frozen bag of sweet corn, probably not all of this corn, and then maybe I will, I'm not sure. But you can also use canned corn. I'm going to use a little Tex-Mex enchilada sauce just to give it a little bit more flavor. Of course, I'm going to use Rotel tomatoes to give it that zesty flavor as well. I'm going to add black beans to mine, ground cumin if you want, and it doesn't have to be this brand, but any kind of cumin, and then chili powder, and we can't forget the chicken. I have about, I want to say, in this package here, there's like a pound of chicken. So I have about maybe 2.5 pounds of chicken that I'm going to use for my chicken enchilada soup. Now, I'm sorry, chicken tortilla soup. Now, you can also have chicken broth if you want to have chicken broth to add for flavor. However, I'm going to boil my chicken and use the water from that chicken to add more flavor to my chicken tortilla soup. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that you can also add cilantro and onions to top it off. This is all for garnishment. If you want to add some cheese, that's great. You want to cut up a few limes and squeeze some limes in your actual bowl of soup, that would be fine as well, just to kind of brighten it. And then also, I'm going to chop up some avocado to garnish the soup with too. So yeah, it's going to be nice and tasty. So basically with this soup, you can kind of do whatever you feel is best for you. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so right here I have a pot of boiling water, or what will be boiling water, and this is what I'm going to put my chicken in. I also have this pot. This is the pot that all of the soup is going to be made in. I forgot to tell you another thing that you're going to need is some oil to like fry the vegetables in, and so I'm going to use my olive oil. I keep my olive oil in a wine bottle just in case you're like, what kind of wine olive oil is that? No, this is a wine bottle. This is what I keep my oil in. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the chicken in here and just let it boil. I put a couple of spoons of salt in my water so that it won't take so long to boil. But I am going to go ahead and add my chicken breast. Now you can also do this the shortcut way, Say for instance, you're coming home from work and you don't feel like doing all of this boiling and all this stuff, you can stop at the grocery store easily and get yourself a rotisserie chicken and just shred that rotisserie chicken. However, I'm going to boil my chicken breast. I got two like nice sized ones. So like I said, I have about 2.5 pounds of chicken here because I have a large family. Well, I have 4 people in my family, but I plan on eating on this for a while. So we're gonna go ahead and let that boil. We're gonna throw stuff away that the chicken was in. And do that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in the other vegetables that I showed you earlier. So let's get this going here. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our olive oil. And you want to put a nice amount of olive oil in the pot. Olive oil to me adds flavor anyway, so you want to go ahead and just throw that in the pot and then turn up your heat a little bit, because one of the first things that we're going to put in there are our bell peppers, and then we're seasoning them as we go, and then we'll start opening up the cans and just start dumping everything in. And like I said, one of the last things that we're probably going to dump in is the chicken and the broth to really bring it up. So, but right now you can go ahead and prepare this and then even turn the fire down and wait for this chicken to be done. And it's not going to take long. It's basically going to be dump, dump, dump. A few other things that you can throw into this soup. I don't know if I have any, but if you have like the can of tomato soup, or if you have if you want to make it creamy based, you can also add evaporated milk, or you can add like your almond milk or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to make it creamy. I think I'm going to keep it more brothy, especially because of this time of year. I'm really trying to, you know, lose that weight. So yeah, so we're going to let this oil heat up. I'm going to grab my scissors and open up the bell peppers and dump those in, and then we're just going to you know, keep on cooking. Keep on cooking, honey. But you want nice flavor. Also, if you're going to saute some garlic in here, make sure you do that towards the end of everything, because you don't want your garlic to burn. Okay? So, that smells so good. This smells so good. Onions and bell peppers together smells so stinking good. So while the oil is heating up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and open up my seasonings, because this is my first time opening up my seasonings. And then my cumin and my chili powder. Go ahead and open that up. I'm going to open up my can of beans. And I'm going to leave the juice in those beans, because it does nothing but add more and more flavor. So I'm just going to keep the juice in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up my rotel and my enchilada sauce and everything. And what I'm going to do too, guys, and I know this is kind of a side note as far as my weight loss and stuff, I'm going to keep all of the packaging, and I'm going to scan all of this packaging and make an actual recipe in MyFitnessPal, so I'll know how much I'm able, you know, to eat, and I'll be able to still keep track of it too. So that's the great thing about MyFitnessPal. So yeah, let's just get all this opened up. I think it's probably time for me to go ahead and throw those peppers in my oil. So let's do that. Be careful when you do this. So I threw the whole entire bag in there. And we're just gonna let those heat up. Put this over here for later, so I'll know how much. And I'm serious when I say this, y'all. A lot of this is just kind of dump in and season. You just dump and season, dump and season, dump and season. That is it. But it's something so gratifying about hearing, you know, your foods hit that hot oil. You know what I mean? something about it. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm cooking. Another seasoning too, that if you don't want to use the cumin and the chili powder, if you have like taco seasoning, that wouldn't be something bad to put in. Or fajita seasoning, that's another one that you can also put in to your soup and make it taste yummy, yummy to your tummy. Alright, so let's give this another little stir. Nothing like hot onions and bell peppers and stuff. You can see this water is kind of turning a little bit. I'm going to keep my eye on it because I don't want it to boil over. When it starts to boil, then I'm going to let the lid come off of it. But here, let me just show you guys. Alright, can y'all see that? Onions and bell pepper there. I'm sauteing it away. Alright guys, so I got my bell peppers and onions in there going pretty well. I am going to go ahead and start dumping other ingredients into my pot. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a little corn. That's going to be nice because it's pretty sweet. And then I'm going to dump my black beans in there. Great. Looking good, looking good. As you can see, my chicken is boiling, and that's what we want. So we're going to just go ahead and keep building the flavors right here of the soup. Alright? You build those flavors. You never can go wrong with a large can of Rotel tomatoes. That's really going to add a nice flavor to it. And then we can start dumping in some of this cumin and some of the chili powder in there as well. The cumin is acting very shy. And this is what's going to give you that Mexican-y flavor that you're so familiar with, is the cumin and the chili powder. So, and of course we're going to taste. We're going to also need, I'm going to go ahead and add some of my Uncle Chris's steak seasoning in there. This is kind of like my season-all type of deal here. So we'll put a nice amount in there because remember, we're going to water this down. And then we're going to add this enchilada sauce in there. And then we're going to give it a nice stir. Nice little stir. If you also want to, you can add you some jalapenos in here as well. Now, say for instance, if you are a vegetarian and you're, I would say vegan as well, this would go really good if you were to boil, use some vegetable broth to add in here, and maybe even have a piece of cornbread or something on the side, of course made vegan style. So you can stop right there. You don't even have to add any chicken, but you do want to add a little bit more broth to thin this out, right? So let's just give this a little, I think we're on the right path. We are on the right road. One thing I have not added yet is my garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of garlic in here as well. I love a little garlic juice too. That should do it. Put all my little cans and stuff to the side because, like I said, I do want to put this as a recipe in my Fitness Pal so that I'll know exactly what I'm going to be eating. So yeah, this is what it's looking really nice. Don't you think it's very nice? Looking really, really, really good. And that is what we want. And then so we're going to go ahead and turn this up and just kind of let it boil a little bit, you know, and cook and heat up. I think it's going to look really good. It's going to taste really good. And then, oh, I forgot to tell you guys too, along with the garnishment of the avocado, lime, cilantro, onions, and cheese, you can, we're going to also crush up some tortilla chips in your individual bowl, not in this pot, but when you make your bowl of soup, you can also crush up some tortilla chips on the side as well. The chicken is boiling, which is really good, and then we're going to shred everything. We're going to shred all that chicken, cut it up into pieces, and then we're going to throw it in here, and then we're going to really let everything just cook. We're going to put the boiling water, some of that water in here as well, and just let that soup boil, 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 and cook, and then you'll be done. You'll have a nice bowl of chicken tortilla soup. I'll see if I can get a volunteer after I make it all, and see if I can get a volunteer to do a taste test for us, okay? Alright, thanks guys. Alright guys, for a quick update, I'm going to add a little bit of Creole seasoning in here just to add a little spice. It's always good to have a little spice, especially when it's cold outside. And I said a little, and I'm just shaking away. But again, remember, it's all going to get diluted when we add the water to it. Also, you know what? I decided to go ahead and add the evaporated milk to my soup. I'm going to make it a cream base. And one of the reasons why is because, and okay, this video is not sponsored, but I do love my Fitness Pal. I created my chicken tortilla soup recipe. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it came up to 138 calories per serving. I said that I'm going to have at least 16 servings in this pot. I may have more, but I figure like at least 4 of us should be able to get at least 4 servings, 4 helpings from this recipe. So I put 16 servings in here, and that's with the evaporated milk added, the peppers, the corn, the tomatoes, the Tex-Mex enchilada sauce, the black beans, and then the chicken breast. Said that I put like maybe 20 ounces of chicken breast in here, so they came up to about 600 calories. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and add the milk to it, and it's gonna be cream based. If I didn't want to add the evaporated milk to it, I could also add, like I said, almond milk. Could add some creaminess to it as well. So we're just letting this kind of boil here. I'm going to turn it down a bit. I'm going to check on the chicken. I'm going to check on the chicken back over here because it's boiling away. Check and see if it's pretty much done, and then if it is, I'll take it out, put it on my cutting board over there, and I can go ahead and throw all these cans and things away because I got my recipe built. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean that surface off, and then put my chicken on there, shred it up as much as possible, and then I will add it to here, add the chicken stock to it, which is the water that it's boiling in, and then flavor to taste. Alright, so what we're going to do is get this chicken all shredded, and this is a nice quick method to do it, especially when the chicken is hot like it is. You don't have to go crazy with it because it's gonna fall apart again some more in the actual soup. So you just kind of get the fork and you just pull. It's almost like when you do pulled pork. This is how you do it. So we're just gonna do some shredded pulled chicken here. Yeah, so we'll get this all pulled and then we'll add it to the pot. Alright, so that's all nice and hot. We're going to go ahead, crank up the heat a little bit. You see that bubbling? And we're going to go ahead and add the chicken into the soup. We got it all shredded. I added a little more seasoning to the chicken so that when you get that chicken in your soup, that you get a little bit more flavor. Check this out. Look what it's looking like. Yummy, right? Okay, we're not done. We got all this yummy chicken broth that's sitting over here, and we're gonna go ahead and add this to the pot. I'm gonna add a little chicken broth. We want to get it. Look at that. See, that's a lot of yumminess that would have gone to waste, and we don't want that to go to waste. So now, look at that. Look at that. Now we got us some soup, y'all. We got us some soup, and I'm not done. Because what I want to do is I'm going to crank it up, and then I'm going to open up my can of milk I'm going to add that to this pot, and so that it'll come up to be a little bit more creamier. Let's go ahead and get the rest of that yumminess in there. And of course, we're going to taste and make sure everything, you know, gels together really, really well. But yeah, we want a cream, we're going to do a cream-based soup. We changed it on the spot on you guys. I'm going to open up my milk. Oops. Don't open it yet. Alright guys, sorry about that. My battery went out. But we are boiling a little bit here. Like so. And we're going to go ahead and add our milk to this. I am putting the entire can in. The entire can. And we're going to let that boil. And see, look how nice and beautiful and rich that just turned in a matter of seconds. Did you see that? Just a matter of seconds. So now, all we really have to do now is just let this baby cook a bit. Hold on. Before that, you always taste your food. Always, always, always. Let me grab a spoon here. And what I'm actually tasting for is the broth, this, you know, the cream, whatever, to make sure it's flavorful. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, that is so good. Oh yeah. It's nice and spicy. It's got a little heat to it. Oh my god, that is so freaking good. So we're gonna let that go ahead and cook and boil, and then I'm gonna chop up my I can't think. I'm gonna chop up my side items that, you know, to garnish with. Man, that is good. That what's gonna happen is the lime is gonna brighten it when you put it in your bowl, but then the avocado, the cream, is gonna take a little bit of that spiciness away. Also, yeah, it's gonna take some of that spiciness away, and you can also, maybe even if you wanted to, add a dollop of sour cream to it too. If it's gonna be a little too spicy for you, maybe add a dollop of sour cream. But so far, baby, that is good. That is really good. I outdid myself once again. Once again, I have outdid myself. And then you got the sweetness of the corn in there. It's going to be so stinking good. So yeah, I'm going to let that boil a little bit. And then now I'm going to get over here and I'm going to start chopping up my cilantro and slice up my limes. Alright, so here's our garnishments. We have our tortilla chips, our avocado, our Mexican cheese, and this is just a shredded Mexican cheese mixture. Then we have our onions and cilantro, and our limes if anybody wants that. And our soup. Look at it, y'all. Look at it. Let's take the lid off. Ooh, honey. Let's give it a little stir. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice and rich, and you can see the redness from the enchilada mix. We're going to turn that baby down because she is pretty much done. Now I'm going to see if I can get a volunteer to make themselves a bowl of soup and have them taste test it. What do you know? I found a volunteer. So Kayla's going to go ahead and make herself a bowl of soup. I guess I could have put out some bigger spoons because they're not going to, you know, when you're eating soup, you really don't want to use small spoons like that. Alright, so putting a little cheese in there. I don't think Kayla's gonna do the avocado or the lime or the cilantro and the onions. She was asking for a little bit of cheese. I mean, sour cream, but we don't have any. You don't even want any tortillas in it? She doesn't.
Mushy.
It's kind of like Frito pie or whatever. So anyway, but this is kind of good. At least she's not doctoring it all up, and she can tell us what she really thinks of the soup. Well, we know she likes the cheese. She got that chicken. And my baby love her some meat.
Yeah, you can't just eat it without the chicken. Delicious.
You like it?
Yes.
All right, thanks.
I shall go eat.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Again, don't be a stranger. If you like what you see, and I'm glad you made it to the video this far, so I guess you did. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell that you're notified every time that I put up a video like this. But if you go ahead and make this recipe, put in the comments below how you actually liked it, if you liked it at all. But it's something really nice and good, especially in the winter time. It's getting so cold. This right here will heat up your bones and make you feel all nice and warm. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Alright guys, thank you again so much for watching my video. But if you would like to stay in contact with me when I'm not on YouTube, you can do so by following me on Facebook at Darkberry032 and Darkberry32 on Twitter and Instagram. I'm always on Instagram putting up different videos. And again, if you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button. That would help me out a lot with YouTube, and it'll get my algorithms up to par and everything. So if you guys appreciate these types of videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I put up a video. Okay guys, thank you again. Bye.
But I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong.